Viewer discretion is advised.
I forgot how to internet for like 5 seconds. Guys, happy Saturday. You're listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 261. Boy, do we have a treat for you guys. Tonight, of course, we are in patch 8.2.5 till the beginning of the year. Or to be dramatic, as everyone on the internet's being dramatic, next year. Because that's how we roll around here. This episode tonight is going to be... We don't really know what's going to happen. I'm going to be really honest because we're just going to talk about BlizzCon stuff. We're just going to talk about... I don't have anything prepped because Envy and I figured we'll just swing it. Like, we're professionals at this point. We don't need any show notes. We don't need any organization. And really, it's our BlizzCon stuff. So that's what we do. That's who we are. We're not professionals, guys. This is not a quality production. Although it might be sometime in the future. Maybe. I don't know. We're still undecided about that. But we do have a lot to talk about, even though none of it is noted anywhere. We just have to hope we remember those things. So grab your alcohol. I unfortunately don't have any margarita mix to have in margaritas. So I'm just going to be sat in a corner. Get your drinks, and we'll be right back.
In 2014, a crack commando unit was banned from trade chat for comments they didn't make. These men and women promptly escaped from the Stormwind stockades to the Iron Forge underground. Today, still hunted by the trolls of trade chat, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, then maybe you can hire the Pwnecast. Leader and brains of the operation, it's Belle.
I want tacos so bad.
I just went in there, and Hector is gonna be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that...
With the Pwnecast team assembled, let the battle for Azeroth begin.
I meant to swap out the bumper, but, you know, these are things that happen when you're live on the internet. Let me unmute my co-host here. Welcome back. With me is my co-host with the dead livermost.
Oh, God. BlizzCon's such a blur. But it was fun.
Like, he humped things awkwardly in the Hilton. And everybody liked it, which is what's weird. Like, I love how Envy can get away with humping things. Had it have been me running around humping shit in the Hilton, it would have been all over Twitter, and it would have just been a bad day. But Envy's totally allowed to hump things in public, and I just get...
Channel my inner Pugsley, yo.
Pugsley. All the pugs that survived. They survived your week. Guys, we are back from BlizzCon, and I gotta tell ya, you know, I did not have a great week overall. Okay, let me reverse that. I had a great week overall, but never take your children to BlizzCon, guys. Never. It's a bad idea from the start. And if I could change anything, even if my kid's watching this, I love you dearly, Pookie, but that is, you do not belong in my world. It was as a parent. And I know there's probably some of you who've probably taken your children to BlizzCon, and I think that's really nice that you do those things. It's not nice for me, and it'll never happen again, ever. Literally ever. She's like, oh, I'm totally going next year. You're totally not going next year because I need you to find a direction that is not mine and go in that one with your friends and stuff. So that's the only advice I have in when you're deciding next year or future years to go to BlizzCon and you think, you know, I'm going to take my adult daughter because she's an adult now, and that's totally cool. Guys, it was terrible. Terrible. I thought it was going to be this thing her and I were going to share, like she's finally going to get to see like that nerd part of my world, and you know, it was going to be one of those moments where she was just going to be totally enthralled with like all the things that because I actually had a very long to-do list the week of BlizzCon. No, she just ditched me at every turn, and I caught her walking through the Hilton scantily clad, and I yelled at her in front of everyone at the Hilton because why? Because I don't give a shit if you're 18. You're my fucking kid, and you're not going to walk around here like all these other con bunnies who are looking for their next pro player husband. I'm going to need you to fucking wear clothes and not. But really, I kept having these visions of like some grown man looking at her and me going to jail for assault while wearing a Method jersey, which is probably not the best thing in the world, right? So
copy on telling Alex to keep it low. And
yeah. So we, like, I literally lost my shit on her because she tried to be slick. She didn't know I saw her, because when she came up to me officially, her shirt was back over her shoulders. But when I caught her walking twice through the Hilton, both of her shoulders were down, and she was showing her little bra strap, and like, please don't make me go to jail. And like, I just told her, I live here every year for a week, and you can't do these things. You cannot do these things. I've raised you better than that. This is not a moment for everyone to look at you. You should just be a face in the crowd, because that's what BlizzCon is about. It's about being a face in the crowd. And I just need you to continue doing that. But it was... Other than that...
The party was awesome.
You know, it really was, wasn't it?
From what I could remember for the most part, but...
I didn't do a whole lot of drinking either, and I was talking to Alex about it in text message, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out why I didn't drink. Outside of the fact that I had a to-do list. Like, I had shit to do every night, literally. Every night except Saturday night was the only night I didn't have shit to do. Like, to-do list for doing things. But I think I couldn't drink because my kid. I honestly believe that is the reason.
That's the excuse this year, gotcha.
No, like... Last year, I was lit every day. Last year, I was lit the second my eyes were open. I was taking shots of the Tito's in the room. So...
No, not the tequila that I never...
Hey, listen.
Got to partake in.
I drank a lot of that, okay? Hey, I still have the tequila that I got for you and I. I brought it back with me.
Yeah, we were supposed to...
It's here.
Drink it.
Just in case, it's here. Listen, it was a bad time. But... I was trying to feel, even my husband was like, you didn't really drink? I'm like, no. And it's bizarre because that's literally what I do. Like, every day, that's what I do. I think it was because of her. I think for me, I'm sure there's a lot of parents that, once your kids are an adult. For me, she's not 21. I told her she could drink as long as I didn't see it. And others are, going to say, well, she's in college and she's drinking. And that's true. But I feel like it's really hard to take your parents seriously as an authoritative figure if you're watching your mom get fucking blitzed every single day at BlizzCon. Like, I feel like I lose my ability as a parent to give her advice and to continue to help her. And I don't think it's appropriate at 18 for me to allow it openly. Like, what I don't see, I can't control. You do you. But I'm not judging anybody else. So if you're one of those parents who get your kids lit at 18, that's your decision totally. But I just can't condone her breaking the law. It doesn't matter whether I agree with it or I don't. Kids listen to, they don't do as you say, they do as you do. So I just want her to not break the law, because it's a slippery slope, guys. Then you got a DLC number. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, but no, I didn't. There was no drinking at all. Like,
I finished off her drink at the party.
There was no drinking. Like, I had a few shots before the party.
Yeah, those were mine.
But I didn't have, like... Well, those were nice shots, though. We were at the bar having shots. Those were nice. But I didn't... There just wasn't a whole lot of that. So I feel like maybe this was the BlizzCon where I just didn't do that. And then next year, I make up for it by just... total drunk in public, inappropriate, the whole nine. But the party was great, honestly. We didn't stream it this year because the Hilton wants to charge me like $1 million for internet. Next year, I think I'll probably see about bringing my own internet. I might just do like a MiFi or something, because I'm not going to pay, $1,000, $2,000 for internet. I just can't. This doesn't make sense.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, talking about price gouging. Pretty bad. But it was good. The video, we have it. There was an incident where the camera and my camera bag did not get packed. The camera was recovered, but we don't know where the camera bag is, and everything that goes with the camera is in the camera bag. So we can chalk that up to a loss. My camera's basically useless now, but Julio has the SD card, and I'll have him upload that stuff. Plus, the method videographer, Alistair, did videos. So I'll get that uploaded. Apologize in advance for that. But it was a really good party. Envy, what was your favorite part of the party?
The contestant winner for the statue. It was a really great outfit. You know, it's funny though. She, the person who won the statue, she did it for her boyfriend. So, dude, you owe everything to her. Keep that woman, because if she's willing to put up with your shit, to keep it.
So, Poison Ivy won, and I'm sure Alistair took pictures of that. So I'll make sure I post a picture. And her boyfriend was Joker, and I have nothing to do with the judging. I don't even give them my opinions. I have zero to do with it. And the reason being, like, me and Envy are not involved in the judging, so that no one can say we played favorites or we did this, we did that. I pull complete, what's the word? I lost my human thought process.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Like non-biased individuals, objective people that have nothing to do with it. So now, she was killer as Poison Ivy. Like, she looked good and she was hot. Not to say nobody else did. Like, everybody else was great as well. But it was one of those moments where when they announced her as the winner, I thought, oh, the old me would be like, burn the bras. That's inappropriate. She was half naked. She shouldn't win. But then I'm like, she was really hot. But
she was. But that wasn't my favorite part. Actually, my favorite part, and this is going to sound really fucking awkward now that I think about it. But, oh well, I'm invested. The best part was pissing in the bathroom, and then all these dudes just go like, hey, dude, killer party. I'm like, hey, don't really want to have a conversation with a bunch of dudes holding my dick. But they're enjoying the party, and, you know, that was awesome.
Because, like, that's not a thing to do, right? Like, people don't...
We have, like, a rule.
There's rules,
like,
right, where you don't...
You know, if you got, like, 5 urinals and there's, like, 3 dudes, you know, 1, skip, 2, skip, 3. If you're that asshole that stands right next to me, and no talking in the stalls, please. That's not cool. I
was really nervous about how it was going to turn out because this BlizzCon in general felt very weird to me. There's just been a lot of things that have happened this year, and, you know, Envy's dealing with his health stuff now. Like, I had health stuff, and, like, it just felt very weird to me. It was a very weird BlizzCon. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. Like, at least for me personally, it was very strange to me. Yet nobody made me feel like I didn't fit in, because I did. And, you know, we had the great party Wednesday night, and we had Calm Before the Storm, which was probably, this year's meet and greet was probably my favorite out of all of them. And I think it's just because it was in a bigger space, and I got to actually kind of enjoy the meet and greet while working it. And then, you know, we had the announcement stuff Friday, and then I lost my voice Wednesday night, which was super great because I had a dev interview, which we'll talk about that later. But it was really weird for me in general. It felt very strange. The only thing that felt super normal was Tio. And that's no offense to anyone else. Julio's probably at home going, really, bitch? That's no offense to anyone else. It's just that, like, Tio's the one that's always like, he'll go wherever I want to go when we're in the con. Like, he rolls hard. He don't give a shit. And he sat for like 5-6 hours at the AWC, and that was kind of the only thing that was like the same from what I've had since my very first year, I think maybe is what it is. Everything else is different, and Donovan abandoned us, though I think we might be seeing him in the future. He started sending me show ideas via text message. And I was like, yo, you alive? But I think sometimes new expansions kind of tend to bring, it gets people excited. People want to be a part of that. But it was really strange for me. I had a great time, and I really enjoyed myself. But it just felt very... It was probably my own thing. Like, I'm sure I made it feel super weird. And then I had my kid shit to deal with. And this kid's fucking ducking and dodging me every 5 minutes. And I'm just like...
Maybe it's a combination of everything, to be honest. Like, you're stressed out about your kid. You're trying to just enjoy the con the best you can.
I didn't expect to have a to-do list, to be honest. Like, I thought this year I'm going to have nothing to do, and this is great. Like, I'm just going to go as a Joe Schmo. I'm a Joe Schmo anyway, but, like, with nothing to do. And then I had all these things to do, and it was very bizarre to me because this was the year I was trying to disappear. Like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to disappear. And then, like, people aren't letting me disappear. Like, can you just let me just die in a hole somewhere? Please, just for the love of God. But... all that aside, so let's talk about worst part of BlizzCon in general. And I know Envy has a huge complaint. So now's the time to let her rip. Because we can start with the bad first, that way we end on a good note.
Good idea. Fucking security. Fucking security. Alright, so I got a couple, well, she said a couple complaints. I'm one of many who bought the BlizzCon Portal Pass. Bell's sitting there.
So did the Hong Kong protesters, by the way, in case you guys are wondering.
You got the Portal Pass. You know, you get your own dedicated security line. You got to go in the con 1 hour earlier. Max, fuck you, Max, if you're watching the show. Max.
Aw, poor Max.
Fuck him, goddamn Russian bastard. Love you.
We apologize to all the Russians.
Just him. Actually, our Russian friends were like, whoa, he's Russian, but not Russian.
Whoa.
Anyways, this guy, we got him a regular, BlizzCon pass, right? You know, me, Alex, my wife, we paid for the good shit. Everybody else, you get the low-end shit, you owe us this amount of money, right? That motherfucker was in the con, like, an hour before I was. Like, how the fuck does this fucking happen? You got the best seats at the Mythic stage. In the fucking front. I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, what's the whole purpose of this fucking portal pass? Oh, it gets you, it's like a fast pass, like a Disneyland fast pass, right? I didn't get to use that shit once.
Did you have your own lounge and bathrooms and like...
Fuck that lounge. You know that lounge was just like Fire Festival BlizzCon status. I was so fucking livid about this shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can meet some executives up there.
There wasn't any executives.
The fucking GM.
There's no executives in there.
But, I went in there for alcohol, truth be told.
Was there certain times that they were supposed to be in there? Like, I don't imagine the executives would hang out in there, like, all day.
I don't fucking know, but,
you got Fire Festival.
They didn't even put any fucking effort. They, like,
you didn't even get a cheese sandwich? No cheese sandwich? Nothing?
No, they had some, like, turkey sandwiches there. There's legit turkey sandwiches,
amazing.
but they're like $13 a fucking sandwich. And it's just your regular fucking yay sandwich cut in half. Fucking left the crust on. Well, anyways, yeah, so BlizzCon Pass, Portal Pass. I saw no value in the damn thing. No value at all. Best value? Yeah, maybe spending 20 minutes in line to get my badges and all that stuff. But other than that, like, I saw no real benefit to the pass. So that's something Blizzard should really take account for.
Well, and it's one of the reasons why I don't do stuff that's first year of shit.
Driving me to fucking drink now.
Well, because they're trial by error, and I don't want to be your test bunny. Not with my money. Maybe later, but...
Well, fair. That being
But what if it would have been really great and, it would have been one of those moments where if everything was awesome and it was all these things, then I would have kicked myself in the ass for not doing it, right?
Right. But, $550 for what I got seems excessive. Like, honestly, I'm going to call Blizzard out on this. You owe your fan base who put in that money a favor here or something.
I wonder what's the consensus overall on forums and stuff in regards to the Portal Pass. I didn't really see a lot of complaints on the Twitter sphere. So, like, because what I'm wondering is if there was specific times or items that were really great and maybe just didn't use it to the best of the ability. Like, I wonder what because you would think if it was an overall shit show, like, people would be burning Blizzard alive on Twitter.
Fair, but I think they were complaining about other shit over there.
Oh, that's probably true. Nobody cared. Nobody
security.
cared. Really.
Holy fuck, security. So, going back to the Portal Pass thing, you know, one of the benefits you get out of it is, like, you get to skip the line in some cases, right?
Sometimes that's worth the money, isn't it?
It really is, but, you know, again, I went up to some guy, I'm like, I got the Portal Pass, and is there, like, a line for Portal Pass users? Like, no. So do I get to skip somewhere? No. All right. I stand in line with the rest of people, right? Finally get to my line, and some person like, hey, I'm a Portal Pass user. Another security guard, right over here, lady, picks up the thing. It's like, what in the actual fuck? Are you guys uninformed?
And those aren't Blizzard employees. Those are the event coordinator guys, right?
Yeah, it's all third party, and I don't know. A lot of them I felt were just they weren't happy to be there. And I mean, I get it.
Well, but here's the thing.
I've been in that situation too.
You should be happy to be there because it's a fucking paycheck for you. So, like, whether or not you want to be there, that's beside the point. You want to cash your check, don't you? You want to pay baby mama or baby daddy, don't you? You want to pay fucking your mortgage and your kids' school. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're happy to be there. Like, you should be happy to be there because it's a paycheck.
Hey, Belle, Monday morning when you log on, start opening up your emails, are you going to be happy?
I generally am happy, but angry at the same time. It's like
Just don't do this to me.
It's like a hybrid where it's like, I'd be sad if I didn't have it, right? But I dread it. But I would be sad if I didn't have it. And when like Fridays, I have Fridays off, mostly because I had to burn a lot of my time. So from now till January, I just have every Friday off. It's weird for me to wake up and not instinctively. So yes and no. No, I'm not like over the moon, but I would be really sad if I didn't have it, I think.
So Belle's like the only person that's like, oh, wee, I gotta go back to work.
I think it's nice to be needed.
In any case,
you're needed too at work, I'm sure.
Oh man, I felt bad for the manager because it's me, Alex. It's already two, like, I rank. Let me rephrase because I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. Two managers who are very well versed in the network are out. Then our coworker rather, Evan, he flew in on Thursday morning to get his stuff and whatnot. So that's another manager out.
Is that Bean Dip? No, that's not. Bean Dip doesn't work with you guys.
No. So yeah, you know, the one manager here in Denver had to focus on all 24 hours basically, just on call. He had to focus on the network, poor bastard. So we owe him a few drinks and yeah, but he likes Coors Light.
That's so
depressing.
Off topic, I ordered pizza earlier. Did you know you could order Bud Light for delivery with your order at Pizza Hut?
My God.
Like, I don't drink Bud Light, but I didn't know if I'm the only one that, like, seen that on the internet. I was like, wait a second, they're giving me this as an option for delivery. That's weird.
You know, one of the greatest things about, like, being in Manila, Philippines for work, like, you'd be at a hotel and shit, and you get McDonald's delivered. Probably not a big deal now. Uber Eats does that, but it was a big deal back in like 2013, right? So you get McDonald's delivered, and every McDonald's serves alcohol. So I'd be like, all right, and can I get a margarita to go? I'm sorry, sir, we can't do that. All right, it's like 6,000 pesos is like $6. I was like, I'll give you 22,000 pesos. Okay, sir, would you like 2 margaritas? Done.
That's my kind of place.
That was like the greatest thing. But
I need somebody to deliver me margaritas. Is that a thing in Arizona? Probably not.
I wish you could get hard alcohol delivered, but at that point, I have more fun going to the liquor store.
True.
Security guards, they were just inept, I believe. The second day, I think it was the second day, or was the first day? I can't remember. Alex and I, we were basically just strolling about the con, and we went down to the Blizzard Arcade, which is kind of cool, but you know, I really didn't need a reminder of the past. I met up with Samwise 2 years ago, and the first thing I told him was we were taking a selfie together. Like, thanks for ruining my college life. That's what the Blizzard Arcade is, really. So much time on WoW, but we went down there, and it was pretty cool. Like seeing all like those big ass PC boxes that were like fucking tower links and shit, and like the CD fucking jewel case like this thin and yay big and shit. We went down there for beer, and all they had was IPA, so that was depressing. We drank it on principle, but that was still depressing. We make our way outside of the convention, and there's a line where people are gathered, or lined up rather, to get in line for the 25th, the 15th. Yeah, 15th or 25th. 15th mug. Plastic mug, and the beer at the end, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is this the where you guys did the toast, right? No.
Yes. But anyways, we're outside. And we come up to the end of the line, and there are these two security guards there, and they capped off the line. They're like, sorry, we've capped off the line. I'm like, okay. Me and Alex accepted our fate and decided to just walk back to the hotel. So we're following that line down to the hotel. We see these Blizzard employees, Blizzard crew and everything. They have boxes, and they're just handing out the mugs, because people are in line for the mugs, not the beer, which I thought was hilarious.
Only at a nerd convention is that the case, right?
Right. I'm like, fuck. I asked some guy, I'm like, what do they have left? Just IPAs. I'm gonna nope out of that. I'll take the mug. I hate IPAs, as you can imagine. So we walk up to the Blizzard employee, and we're like, can we snag one? The guy's like, you gotta stand in line. Sorry, no walk-ups. I'm like, security guards went ahead and capped off the line. He's like, I promise you, just stand in line, you'll get one. I'm like, you can tell us to go away, just do it. All right, cool. We go back to the line. Security guards, we told you we capped off this line. Blizzard employee up front said to stand in line. We just want the mug, no beer. We capped off the line. I turn to Alex. I'm like, man, the stars are out. It's pretty nice. Why don't we just go ahead and stand here and stargaze, Alex? And Alex is just like, yep. And then those guys just kind of like gave us a look and basically fucked about, right? So we're inching closer as they're inching closer, and then all these people are behind us and doing the same thing, and they're like, hey, we've capped off the line. But this motherfucker keeps looking at me, maintaining eye contact each and every time he says it. And finally, I just fucking lose it. He says, hey, we've capped off the line. Perfectly well aware of it. Wasn't talking to you, was talking to the people behind you. The other guy's like, thanks for that. And then Alex loses it too. He's just like, well, are you gonna jerk him off too? At that point, their supervisor shows up. Got a problem here, guys? Blizzard employee shows up like, told you, here's your mug. And then the security guards just kind of left it alone. But there's just a huge disconnect between Blizzard and the people they hire or contract work out to.
I think they're grumpy, because people are assholes and they assume that everyone is an asshole. I think, because I agree with you there. I had an incident inside the con when I was waiting for the announcement. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch this on my phone. I need to get in this fucking hall. They kept moving the line. The security people kept moving where the line queue was, and I kept losing my place. And I'm like, listen, you guys are fucking with my good nature. I already don't like lines. I lived in a place for 5 years where everything you fucking did, you stood in a line. I don't like lines. And I agree. I think they try really hard, but maybe all of them don't give their best effort. Some of those guys also don't use deodorant.
Oh, God. There's plenty of that regardless.
We already got to deal with that with people that go to conventions. I'm going to need the people that work the conventions to also practice that. But in terms of the Portal Pass, I encourage anybody that had a poor experience with the Portal Pass to go to the forums and to... and there's a survey feedback that they sent out, that Blizzard sent out. I encourage you to constructively, let's not get our pitchforks on Twitter. Right, constructively, and let's give them solid feedback, because this was new for them and they need to be able to fix the gaps and, address it. So if you didn't get a survey, send, go to the site, and if you don't want to do a forum post, just send an email. Like, give them feedback if you didn't have a good experience, so that way that they can make those adjustments, and make sure that, your voice is heard. I've been saving the survey for tomorrow in the morning. But it's important to do those things because we can make it better. And also, small side note, Envy, how did you feel about the musical acts that performed at BlizzCon?
It's hilarious. The only band I initially recognized was the Glitch Mob. Everything else was just like, yeah. That's another complaint I have, which I'll touch on in a moment. But Glitch Mob, I'm like, fuck, I've heard of this. I've heard this band before. They're based in LA. Like, yeah, whatever. Bean Dip was with us, and Belle, she finally met Bean Dip.
Well, that was a special occasion and a moment etched in my brain forever and ever and ever.
Like, I need to keep you away from my children.
I just the striking resemblance between him and Cactu was just jarring to the point of I was a little freaked out, and I kind of felt like there was a glitch in the Matrix.
For real. But Glitch Mob. So when I went to the gym religiously, I had like a long ass playlist of music and shit just to get through it. Because fuck the gym, it sucks. But being healthy is important, so I'm like going through my my playlist because I'm just cleaning out shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anima Vox, the Glitch Mob. I purposely went into iTunes, found Glitch Mob, found this song, and said, ooh, I like this song. I'm gonna add it to my playlist. Come fucking BlizzCon, I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? What the fuck is going on? And fuck that person for announcing the bands the way she did. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. Like, I know she tried her hardest, but that's my next complaint. Like, you remember, like, opening and closing ceremonies were always a treat. You go in and you're like, I remember when they announced Cataclysm. I didn't like the expansion pack, by the way, but I remember when they announced Cataclysm, I was so fucking hyped. I'm like, holy shit! Opening announcement. And then you go through the con, you go watch AWCs or StarCraft tourneys, whatever you want, right? Then you come back and you find the best place to sit on the second day to see the closing ceremonies, right? And then, Mike Morhaime comes out and everybody's psyched, and it's a recap of everything. You're like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like, they put effort in. And this year, I'm sitting at the Mythic stage. I was watching the voice actors of Overwatch, which was pretty cool. But I was purposely sitting there so I can try to snag a good spot. There were no closing ceremonies. They were just closing entertainment breaks. And the way it was announced, it's just like, yeah, we're having a great time, BlizzCon, yada, 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 yada. Oh, by the way, the closing act, Glitch Mob, and then the two other bands that I really don't care about because I don't know who they are. They're probably good. Kudos to you, but I don't care. I
agree with the closing. The closing remark sentiment should be,
something memorable. Like,
yeah, a big conclusion, especially given the year that we had. I don't really attend the closing ceremony, but I do rewatch it. The only one I ever attended was the Linkin Park one, Rip Chester. But
get all choked up.
I was annoyed, and keep in mind, I don't give a shit.
Fail there.
Well, I don't give a shit who the band is. I don't spend money on the ticket for the band, right? Like that's just kind of a cherry on top. So if it's great, it's great. If it's not, it's not. I don't really particularly have a dog in the fight in regards to the music, but like some of my Blizz friends kind of like hyped it up like I was gonna be super psyched. I didn't fucking know any of those three. I don't know if I'm old. Maybe I don't watch enough YouTube. Maybe I don't Twitch. I don't know. I don't know who any of them are. I don't know. I don't care. I was disappointed because I thought it was gonna be great, and it wasn't. But and it's funny because I was leading up to it. I was told that I was gonna be ecstatic, and that's not what was happening. It's the opposite of ecstatic, actually. But again, I don't go for the closing act. I don't care. I definitely don't go to see a DJ, so it wasn't a DJ, which is, well, right? It was, or were they kind of, was one of the acts considered a DJ, or no, not really?
No, EDM.
I when you say shrinked, so I am quite short, and yeah, I'm getting old, right? So, and next episode we'll talk about my diving into having to finally buy reading glasses because I can't read small print on bottles. Probably time to get the LASIK redone. I don't know if it helps for reading glasses, but and you know, it was so, I'm really sad that I didn't get to hang more, honestly, but you know, this year was outside of the closing act. Announcements were everything that I had hoped for. I hauled ass. Me and my daughter ran across the fucking convention center to get, I ended up going to like Hall D or something because nobody ever goes in there, and it was really great seats, and I sat with a Blizzard friend of mine, and I didn't know anything this year, which was really great. I chose to stay out of it and to not be nosy, and I chose to attend as seeing everything for the first time instead of ruining it like I do every fucking announcement BlizzCon. I didn't know anything on purpose, and it was great to be, like, it was pretty fantastic to come from the side that I hadn't seen since like 2012, to not know those things. I feel like we got a lot of what we asked for in terms of, I wanted them to make everything we've been through this last year worth it. And I feel like they are. Now keep in mind, this is just words at this point, guys. You know, that's what faith is, right? But what I found interesting is I was heavily watching Twitter as things, like, after things were being announced and each, like, all the what's next stuff was doing the deeper dive on the different games. I was watching what the culture was on Twitter. Like, how are people reacting? What are people feeling? And I found it hysterical. Taryn and I laughed for like 30 fucking minutes because, like, I found it so funny that people couldn't really find anything to complain about, so they were literally nitpicking. Like, Bolvar lost. Listen, guys, here's the thing. It's fucking Bolvar, man. Like, you have to be a certain inner power in order to be able to don the Lich King helm and it not consume you. Like, look what it did to Arthas. If I'm being honest, I feel like Bolvar's wore it pretty well. I consider Bolvar kind of like Frodo, where Frodo could withstand, like, he could withstand the ring where other people couldn't. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the same, he had the same inner power that Frodo had. And you really think he lost? Guys, it wouldn't be a compelling story if he kicked everyone's ass first day. You get what I'm saying?
He was beaten, but not killed. As stated by...
Right. Yeah, like, you have to have that, because if he would have whooped her ass, there wouldn't be a fucking expansion, guys. Hello, Noggins. Hi, think about it.
And to be fair, you know, freaking Sylvanas is not playing fair. She has, like, a power level of, like, 3,000. Her gear level outscores his.
She's
got
like
3 expansion packs.
She's got a power from the Shaler. We now know that's the source of this mysterious, very different color. It's not a void purple. It's a very different purple. We know that it now has a source. And just so everyone is aware, according to the Newsphere, the Jailer is not somebody we've encountered before. So, though we might have heard whispers in past, in books, perhaps, but the Jailer isn't somebody we've encountered. So if you're theory crafting, which we're going to be doing a fair amount of it, because Donovan's been texting and getting the gears flowing about possibilities, which is quite exciting. Particularly, like, you have to have a Lich King to balance and keep the dead. So where do we go from here? And we don't actually have to have a Lich King per se, but there's a lot of stuff to we have so much time to talk about this stuff. But yeah, I found it funny that nobody could really find solid complaints. That's a good day when you have to reach into the super dark parts of the web because you can't find a complaint. Like, I mean, even people were like, oh, now they announced Diablo 4. I swear, man, if I wasn't a changed individual and I wasn't afraid of prison, I would have set that guy next to me on fire. Was like, oh, now you announce it.
You know you can't keep motherfuckers happy. People will complain about every.
And everybody talking about J. Allen Breck's apology. Here's the thing. If I was him, I wouldn't have said shit. I wouldn't have touched on it. I wouldn't have mentioned it. I wouldn't have brought it up, period, because me as the CEO of this company, I stand by the decisions we make, whether it's good or bad. We make them, we do them. I would not have brought it up. He did. Guess what? Blizzard doesn't have to do what the fuck you guys want. And he doesn't have to apologize the way that you guys think he has to apologize. I personally don't think he owes anyone an apology because these are business decisions. And I stay in my lane. This is above my pay grade. I don't attend these meetings. I'm not on their payroll. All I can do is just fight the good fight and enjoy their video games. It's the apology. I wanted to spend my BlizzCon not dealing with it. Even the people that were, there was like 6 of them that were doing the Hong Kong stuff. These guys paid for fucking portal passes and we're in the fucking portal lounge, guys. Get a clue. Get a clue.
That Winnie the Pooh.
Fuck.
I gave that Winnie the Pooh our channel name, so if you're watching, I hope you are. It's so awesome. This dude was in like a full Winnie the Pooh costume, drinking a Bud Light. I thought that was the most metal shit I've seen. But anyways,
he was one of the protesters. My dude, you bought a portal pass. What a way to support Blizzard while you're protesting at the entrance.
Let's go ahead and burn a Colin Kaepernick jersey. We'll go to Nike store and buy
I did, Grit, I did see. I was actually laughing. And moreover on Classic. Why are people asking for expansions, guys? It's fucking vanilla. Can you not? If you want expansions, I'm going to need you to play live. Because that's where the expansions happen. Just so we're clear. Though it seems Blizzard might entertain it, but I'm really hoping that they're hard and steadfast and don't. Not because I want to be a jerk, but...
I'm just saying, you know, BC gets rolled out, I'm probably going to be playing that a bit.
And maybe the new leveling experience with you being able to pick the expansion you want to start in, I think maybe that will lessen the need for that. Like, what I want them to do is keep some things hard, right? Like, I want to have to fight for some stuff. Other stuff I don't want to have to fight for. Like, leveling, I think we've outgrown the need to take 6 months to level from 1 to max, right? Like, I think we've outgrown that even as a world in general. I think those are things that needed to be addressed. My husband's been doing Classic, and he's like level 4, and he's been playing Classic for like 2 months. He's level 4, guys. No one wants that life. But if you listen to what they said, like, we've been watching what you've been doing in Classic. We've been seeing what's important to players and what are people doing in Classic, and we've been using that for us to get back to basics. And then my man Holinka. Listen, I had a very long conversation with this man last year for like an hour. And like, I told him, we need you because shit is fucked. Like, we need you. And goddamn if I wasn't right, because that man came out swinging and is taking things back to, I don't want to say to the beginning, but I think there's a hybrid thing happening, right? We're getting our class identities back, which, guys, I tweeted, has anybody been watching Pwnecast for the last 3 years? Because I've been saying this since this happened.
It's gonna be, for me, like, Death Knights have always had ghouls, and I mean, I can't fucking have a ghoul. I can battle res somebody, but I can't have a fucking ghoul. Class identity was huge for a lot of people, especially if you're into the fucking lore. Like, what fucking sense does it not make to have a fucking ghoul? I digress. I'm talking too much about.
No, but how it's exciting that I get my curses back as destruction, and it's exciting that I get things back that you took because you said that I was not. We're just gonna give it all to affliction.
I'm also really happy with where they're taking legendaries to. Legion, there's a big divide with Legion, some people found it fun to like, what's my next Lego gonna be? What's my next Lego?
Oh, it was awful. Well, it was awful.
I hated it because I wanted to progress, and in order to progress, you needed to target a specific legendary.
And everybody in your raid team had to have that. What the internet said was your legendary for your class, like, and it was stressful if you didn't have it, and you felt bad if you didn't have it, or your Aja, and you get 20 in the first 2 weeks of the game.
Fuck. She really did have all the fucking Legos, too. All the good ones, too, right out of the bat.
Yeah. It took me to the end of the expansion, even, before I got the one that I really, 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 really super needed, and I was annoyed.
But yeah, I mean, now you gotta target a specific Lego right out of the bat. Of course, you gotta sim it out and make sure that it's the best for you, which I'm sure will happen in time. But I like where they're taking that.
The loot.
And then the randomness of the fucking crafted gear. There are like 300 fucking different variants, but
being able to add gems, to add stat gems while you're crafting your gear, to get exactly what you need without wasting time and effort that you could be spending in other elements of WoW. It isn't about rushing through WoW's content. I got into this argument with somebody who's like, oh, people are just trying to rush. It isn't about rushing through WoW's content. That's not what we're asking for you to, things that can and should be easier so that we can really focus on shit that matters. Like, we shouldn't be focusing on all these other things if we're, our focus is progression and all of these. Like, we have enough to deal with trying to gear properly and all of these things. It should be, there should be elements that are difficult. There should be elements that are easy. There should be some things that are a breeze and some things that are hard. I don't want them to throw gear at us in raid. I want to be able to not get the same fucking cloak every week. That feels bad. But telling me that my mythic plus is my biggest complaint right now, and they're fixing that. What else can I ask for? Right?
Yeah, it always sucks. Like,
I didn't buy any loot boxes.
Being Alex as an example, every fucking actually no, we use Bush. Bush is our new favorite raider. He's a warrior.
Oh, Gray Bush. I was like, what do you mean you use Bush? Because that's super weird.
Well, but that's also true. But I'm not going to deny that either. Bush, who Belle hilariously said sounds like Asmongold and took offense to.
Oh God, it was so good. He really did sound like him, though.
He was just like,
I thought it was him creeping.
That was hilarious.
I thought it was him creeping.
He's been getting boots the last couple of Mythic Plus weeks, and
it's Steelers. It's not Green Bay. This is my husband's jersey.
She's a.
I don't football, but if I had to football, it'd be Steelers.
Yay, sports ball! Yay, Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, he can do whatever he wants. Okay, he's fucking Big Ben. Just let him have it. Mike Tyson was out doing this shit for years, and nobody fucking batted an eye until he bit someone's ear. I'm not wrong.
I mean, you gotta respect the man who boxed with a broken back. My back, it's broken.
He's literally, for years, has been out there slipping roofies into people's drinks for years. Nobody said anything until he bit someone's fucking ear.
Fucking Bill Cosby's been doing it longer than that.
Hey, Bill Cosby might have invented the game. I'm not going to lie. Like, it feels like he might have been paving the way for some of these young studs.
What's in this Che-double-L-O?
That's terrible, Puddin' Pops. I don't think I'll ever be able to eat Jell-O again in a normal way without giggling. I know it's terrible because people had a traumatization, right? But I'm sure they're getting paid. So I feel like they're all right now. But, yeah, like, I have to laugh at some stuff. Otherwise... Free Bill Cosby. That's what. So. Good stuff.
So I want to bring up some troll shit because it's fun to troll every once in a while until it happens to you, of course.
But wait, what's your favorite? What was your favorite of all the announcements for WoW?
So this is for WoW.
Yeah, for WoW. I know you heart Diablo, but like, what was your favorite for WoW?
Honestly, like, I was.
Donovan's in the shitter at work.
Lol. Honestly, I really dig the level 1 through 60 thing. I love alts. I fucking love alts.
Oh, like them being easier to level?
Yeah, but lately it's been like, fuck, it's fucking grind, and I just lose interest in it. I fucking hated the artifact grind and the Azurite grind.
It
So
felt
fucking
less
happy.
grindy this expansion, though, didn't it? I
It's
thought it
still
did.
a fucking grind. Like you want to get a 67 minimum on your neck in order to like make a fucking difference. Not really, but you know the extra stam and stuff, it really does fucking help.
Yeah.
But you know, I hate the grind. I want to focus. If I'm gonna focus on something that's just not for fucking levels, for like a Lego, I want to get to that point where the Lego is like, you know, at the end of like Panda when you get your legendary cloak. It felt like
Yeah.
such an accomplishment.
That was great. That was great because it was at the end.
Right, and you're not even sort of getting that with your. I don't know where they're gonna take the neck, but we'll use your Legion weapons as an example. Your Legion weapons ended up like what? Once a new pre-expansion came out, they were overpowered with all.
Well,
this
we
artifact
donated them to
power.
the causes of the weapon.
Right, but your like fucking weapon is Super Saiyan status for a moment. Expansion hits, bam, it's gone, it's dead. Right, the power's been depleted to save the fucking world. That was Blizzard's way of like giving you we're not gonna nerf and tourists, so we're gonna overpower your weapons, so you get that nerf, so to speak, a pseudo nerf. I hate that. I hate it. Just give me something to work for that at the end will benefit me and the raid in such a way that I don't need to rely on you to kill or complete content.
Before I forget, right now with the celebration package, sounded really weird to say that out loud. 15% rep and 15% rep and blah blah blah. Dark Moon Fair is going on till when? Tomorrow?
I thought it was Monday.
Maybe. Dark Moon Fair, you get your 10%. This is for rep and experience. Plus you have your 5% gem. And I know there's like 3 other potions. However, if you take your alts through AV, my husband has been leveling all of his alts. He gets 4 or 5 levels per AV run. We're talking like 45 to 50 minutes. And he's 4 or 5 levels. So if you are not taking advantage of this AV situation, I recommend you do it before Blizzard nerfs it. Once they figure out people are leveling through there, I'm sure they're going to adjust it. But go do the things because I'm actually going to be doing that after show. I'm going to be leveling some alts because I did get my anniversary Deathwing mount. Really happy about that. But I didn't want to forget, if you have alts that you want to bring through the expansion, go do that AV stuff and take advantage of the celebration experience buff thing. Anyway,
also,
sorry.
if you're one of those sad bastards that doesn't have flying yet,
It's like
whatever,
75% rep now if you take advantage of all the things.
Yeah, you get your event bonus. For the moment, you get the Dark Moon hat.
Yeah, and I don't know how great the mount is because I literally just got it right before show. Like, show was a few minutes late because we had to redo the Cataclysm one. Ragnaros, by the way, isn't bugged. Ragnaros is working as intended. People aren't doing the mechanics correctly, and that's why he resets, but that's for another time. We could talk about that next episode.
Ragnaros isn't bugged?
No, he's not bugged. He was 100% resetting because people weren't following the mechanics, and we proved that because on the 3rd round, when we followed the mechanics, we did it. Anyway, so I don't actually know how cool it is because show obligations. But, so your favorite part is you're looking forward to the legendary stuff?
Oh, goddamn it, took a hit. My favorite part of the expansion is the fact that there is an expansion and it's going to hit next year because I'm fucking bored of the current one. But,
so, what covenant are you going to be?
everything's pointing towards the Necro one.
How did I know you were going to choose that?
But like
everybody
else.
everybody that knows you would know that would be what you would choose. Now, here's the kicker. Everybody knows me. What do you guys figure I'm already like the vibes are already feeling given how much people know me? What do you
The Bastion
suppose?
one for the fucking wings?
Well, no, not specifically for the wings, but
The blood one, isn't it?
no. Come on, everybody knows. You guys know what I like visually. You know my
You're a woman.
life.
I don't know shit already.
You're right, you don't. What about you on the internet, those watching? I'm sure somebody knows. Rem really should be the one that answers this question. I'm waiting for Rem to answer. I know you're in the shitter and people aren't washing their hands and you're probably devastated. But I gave you really good news about AV, which means you could quickly level alts, and I'm going to do that tonight and tomorrow. Rem, I'm waiting. Failure. So I'm going to tell you. Obviously, you weren't wrong, Envy. It is Bastion, but it's not for the wings. It's because it is very much like Suramar. It reminds me visually of Suramar. I'm feeling the vibe, and it is. I just dig it.
Did you play any of the?
Yeah, I did.
Zone? You know, ironically, like you get the Suramar feeling. I get like a freaking, like a Roman Greek kind of.
Yeah, kind of. You're not wrong about that.
Like if I'm watching fucking Disney Hercules, that's what I'm picturing right
now.
Oh,
that might be a little stretch, but you're not wrong. And then this whole time I'm standing in lines for all these demos. Our method videographer who was taking me to the interview, he's like, "Did you do demos yesterday?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, if you show your pass at the exit, they'll let you skip the line and put you on any demo machine. I'm like, what are you saying to me right now? I stood in line like a fucking retard because I had a media pass and I could have, but I was with Tio, so like that wouldn't have been very fun as we did the stuffs. But it is angelic, but I got Suramar vibes because Suramar is very majestic, and actually the reason I love Suramar is because it reminds me of Rivendell, and obviously I'm a Lord of the Rings buff, and we're taking the hobbits to Isengard, so yeah. It's a one.
It kind of like your obsession with Suramar kind of reminds me of an obsession I had with Night Elves. Not that they were. That's not just because they're fucking hot, and the women too. But it's the music that went with it. Like I remember making a Night Elf Hunter back in vanilla. And you had that soothing little night elf music behind you, and then the architecture around its trees and all this green and purple and brown. You're like, this is really soothing, kind of.
And Rem's right. It's the only way we're getting to heaven because they're not going to let me in anytime soon. So I really have to fight my way through the owl people in order to be able to get there.
I mean, you did a Mythic Plus with us, Bill. You know me, Bush, and everything. We're all going to hell. We're riding the bus together, girl.
Yeah, who would be the bus driver though? Alex.
Bean Dip.
Oh, Bean Dip maybe.
Speaking of which, you mentioned you would the line skipping thing with your pass. You don't want to ditch Tio.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Look at that. Alex totally did that to Bean Dip.
No, he didn't.
So, Bean Dip and Alex were in the con together. They were walking about. Alex has a portal pass. Bean Dip does not. I'm like texting Alex. I'm like, hey, I'm in the portal pass lounge. It's on the 3rd level. Alex gets on the escalator that leads to the 3rd level, and Bean Dip's just like, they won't let me on. And Alex is doing the whole little Willy Wonka thing where he's just like.
That's terrible.
Felt bad for the Dip because he's just like. Look, if you're trying to picture what Bean Dip looks like, he looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Legit.
Oh, you're terrible.
Glasses and everything.
You're terrible.
Imagine
That's terrible.
Looking up at you as you're.
That is absolutely the worst thing ever. You're probably not wrong though. Be honest.
He's a funny guy. Fuck him. He gets us in a lot of trouble.
When I did have my dev interview, which I don't know if you guys watched it, Method did post it. I do sound like an 80-year-old woman. Not my fault. I lost my voice. I have a plan for next year so that doesn't happen because apparently the interview wasn't a dumpster fire. And we had a meeting the other day to talk about next year to pre-plan and all that kind of stuff, which I'm swapping focus in what I do for Method. I'm going to do more behind-the-scenes stuff. Jamie, who's pleb, he got a promotion, and he basically like does all the creative everything for Method. So I'm doing some more behind-the-scenes stuff because I don't want to do I don't want to write, and I don't want to deal with the fan base and my videos and my focus being on everything but what I'm saying because I don't have time for that, and I can't. It physically it's exhausting, but. So I am apparently still doing things with Method, but I'm going to do more of a behind-the-scenes stuff. Anyway, if you got a chance to check it out, you know, keep in mind a few things. One, my very first interview ever. Had no fucking idea what I was doing. Two, very first interview ever. Had no fucking idea what I was doing. Three, I was so nervous I wanted to crawl out of my own skin. Alistair said you couldn't tell that I was nervous. I have a really good way of hiding that. I hide it with a lot of jokes. And I had no voice, so it was terrible because, like, you know, now, the questions that I asked was my 4th iteration. The reason being is because, like, I was coming out swinging Chris Hansen style. Like, no, we're not going to duck and dodge, no fucking questions today.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Like,
what are you
yeah.
doing here? What are you
Like,
doing?
what's the fucking lube and
You
condoms
brought
doing
Mike's
in your
Hard
trunk?
Lemonade?
Yeah. I really, like, that was my goal is to do what I always said I wanted to do. And I wanted answers and I didn't want runaround. In my
Chris Hansen
conversations.
style?
Well, I mean, maybe I didn't want to arrest them at the end of the interview.
He doesn't arrest him. He just takes pleasure in this shit. Like,
He really does enjoy his life.
you know, with that goddamn spoon, it's bothering me.
Because I have a ice cream in the freezer, and I've been debating on whether or not to go get
You've
it.
been fucking placing it on your goddamn nose.
I know, because
You know how much oil's in your nose?
I mean, a lot. Really, I'm greasy. So,
Well, are you Mexican? Oh,
I toned the questions, because somebody was like, these are awfully combative. I'm like, well, I got fucking questions. I need some fucking answers. Like, why does this suck? Fix it. But I also knew going into this interview that everybody that gets an interview with a dev is going to be talking about Shadowlands specifically. They're going to be talking about Covenants. They're going to be talking about all those things. I don't want to ask the same fucking questions everybody else is asking because it's wasted. Second, I'm doing the interview as Method. What do Method fans care about specifically? Encounters. That's what Method fans care about specifically. Method fans don't care about anything else. They care about encounters. They care about Mythic Pluses. They care about raids. They care about those items. So when I asked these questions, that was my approach. I threw a few things in there, like, is Anduin going to finally not be a virgin and, like, all that other stuff. But,
How do you know he is?
well, oh, yeah, he's a virgin.
How do you know he is?
You'll know when he's not a virgin because Anduin won't look like that anymore. You'll know. Manduin for real. Like, he's kind of a man now, but not really. You'll know.
I mean, the man bun thing's starting to make a comeback.
For the record, we're not going to deal with Anduin's love interest this expansion. According to Shani, we're not going to deal with it at all this expansion. We have bigger fish to fry, and it's not that. But I felt like I at least got to see what these interviews look like, so that way next year I kind of have a better, especially given we'll be kind of into... we should just be like a month or two into the expansion for next year's BlizzCon. So I'll have a better, you know.
You're going to be drunk next BlizzCon.
I really want to be. And I have already talked about, please don't schedule my interview at 9:30 in the fucking morning. Because I can't do an interview at 9:30 in the morning. Like, I need to be not up at 9:30 in the morning. But I felt very accomplished. Because it had always been my dream to get a dev interview. And though I didn't get it on my own juice, and I got it 7 years after I've been doing this fucking rodeo, and I got it the year that I literally stopped doing content except the show, which was super annoying because why didn't I get this at the height of my content creation when I was banging out 420 videos per expansion? But sometimes... I'm not the one that makes those choices, and maybe it was a good thing, whatever. So I feel good about that. I enjoyed everything about what was announced. I'm frustrated that we didn't see more guild stuff, but if I had to guess, I would say that I don't know.
Who knows what the future will bring? And here, you know what? I'm gonna take a shot just for you.
Take a shot for me. I do feel a little accomplished. I felt it was the only time.
You feel good.
It was the only time I felt like I somebody said something to me, and I want to know, Envy, if you've ever heard this term. Somebody said that I have imposter syndrome. I don't really know what it means, and it was explained to me, but I'm like, no, that's not me. And then I Googled, and somebody said that to me. Do you know what that is? Because
I do not.
Somebody said that is what I have. I have imposter syndrome.
You make me Google this shit.
I know. Like...
There it is, like the second hit.
Don't really know if that's an accurate diagnosis. Obviously, I don't talk to a mental person, like a mental health professional, because at this point, really, what are they going to do for me, right? Like,
You're basically paranoid in the entire time.
I feel like I
Alarm
don't belong.
ratings?
What happened?
Paranoia?
I'm not paranoid at all, but I think it's more of like I feel like I don't belong.
Like the success isn't yours?
Right. I don't, there isn't any success here. However, so I did go to the Blizzard party on Friday night. Now, keep in mind, I almost wasn't going to go. The only reason I wasn't going to go is because I don't know how to do those things. I don't do anything, whether it's doing the show or whatever. I don't do any of that because I want to attend these Blizzard parties or do these things because I'm not trying to sell myself to anyone, right? That ship has sailed. There's a thing, like, I'm just trying to be where people are and be excited about that and enjoy my time. I wasn't going to go. I got talked into going. I went. It was really awkward. I was super out of place. I didn't really, I don't know, dude. It just wasn't. I found my people. I found Seraphis and Zia and, like, I found, Scrub with that Starboys crew. I love you for your sub. I don't know where my sub soundbite is, guys. I have to learn how to human again. So I owe you 2 of the sound bites now. But the party was, it was all right, kind of. Like, everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves. It didn't really feel a whole lot relevant for me. Like, I don't know why we're here. Then, so I'm having a drink, right? I'm trying to take the edge off. I go get snacks. They have this nice spread of fucking, I don't even know. I'm trying to be cool, right? Like, I'm trying to blend in. Like, I belong here. I totally belong at this content creator party. I fucking spilled olives everywhere. All over Dave, all over the fucking couch, all over Zia's purse. Like, there was fucking olives all over the place. And I'm just like, yep, I did that. I don't have no shame. I spilled the fucking olives. Now none of you can have olives because I spilled them. They brought more olives out, but I just was like, that's what I do.
First impressions, right?
And I finally met Lore, which I have never met Lore before. Someone my very first BlizzCon ruined my wanting to meet Lore. And, yeah. But, not really anything else to say about that particular. Things are different in your mind than they are in reality, and that's all I'll say about that. But Taryn found me, which felt really great because Taryn always makes me feel like I'm relevant even when I'm not, and that's what I love about him because he makes everyone feel like they're relevant. He's a genuine nice guy who just loves people, and it was chill. Then I ditched. I pieced the fuck out. I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. It was fun when I found my people. I don't know. Anyway, not my cup of tea. I'd rather be where the people are. I'd rather be not at IHOP with one cook in the kitchen. I'll tell you that.
Cook in the kitchen.
That was terrible.
I had a coming to Jesus moment, and you know exactly why.
Listen, of all the things we could have spent 4 fucking hours doing, it was not sitting at that goddamn IHOP with one cook in the kitchen.
Actually, I was okay with it because I was fucked up. But
yeah, because you needed to sit the fuck still.
I also was okay up until the point where I'm not going to say his name, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, Ashton?
Well, God damn you. But yeah, him. He was so cross-faded. I'm like, he's just like laid out on the table, just like, and I'm like, fuck.
He was speaking English, but it wasn't English. It was like.
It's like where I'm getting at right now. Yeah, he was fucked, and I felt bad for him because like nobody knew where the fuck he went, and like picking up his head. I'm like, here you go.
I tried to get him to fall in his omelet, like.
And then
I watched a grown man dig in his pocket.
that was me. Grabbing his phone, trying to figure out where the fuck he was staying. I was being responsible, and I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with me?"
You were you like envy, dad envy, kind of like. It's a little strange.
But yeah,
you know,
fuck that 4 a.m. to you.
I think if it would have been like, I don't know, if it would have been like, if we would have been waiting till 4 a.m. because like there was only one cook in the kitchen for tacos, like maybe I would have swallowed that a little bit better. Maybe that would have been, I don't know, but something about the fact that it was IHOP and like, I'm just like, there's
Oh my god.
so many other places that we could be instead of dealing with one fucking cook.
You know what it was? We were all intimidated by the waiter. We didn't want to complain because the dude's just like, "Welcome to IHOP, like, gonna take your order."
And I tried to let them go back in the, like, let me in the kitchen and help this guy. I have a family of 5. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Even Tio offered. You know, me and Tio
wasn't having
realistically should have been the two that walked back.
And then the bathroom was terrible. It smelled like there was like 3 dead bodies that had been percolating in there for a few days.
So I gotta complain about BlizzCon now that you mentioned the bathroom.
It's the bathrooms, right? Because they're fucking gross.
Motherfuckers, dudes, my bros. My bros. How the fuck do you get so much ball hair on a fucking urinal?
Sasha
Not
Baron
just the
Cohen.
urinals, even the fucking lip of the fucking toilet bowl. How do you get so much ball hair there?
I don't know. Does it
fuck?
randomly fall out? I don't.
There was so much ball hair. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I had like, it's that they had like these like chicken bowls and ribeye bowls. It was that like Jimi Hendrix drawing food truck outside. It was I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. You swapped from chicken bowls to hairy balls, so I'm a little.
I had that shit,
Okay.
and it hit me hard. I was gonna blow up a fucking toilet, and I proceeded to make my way to said toilet. And you know, your bladder knows when you're near the bathroom. It's like, I'm coming. No, the fuck you're not, motherfucker. You wait until I sit down. And I get to the one stall, the only stall that was already destroyed to begin with. So naturally, you gotta wait. You gotta wipe that shit down. You gotta like, there wasn't any ass gaskets, so you had to hit toilet paper.
It's the hover method. You
can
don't
either hover, but no, that wasn't gonna happen because the first thing that I saw was ball hair. Like,
yeah, you have to hover in those instances, though.
but then you make bloody.
So
mess.
it's
No
funny
pun
that you
intended.
mentioned bathrooms, right? So for the females, because it's BlizzCon and you know girls aren't on the internet and girls don't game, they're the female bathrooms in the con itself are they're pretty great most of the time. I don't usually have a lot of complaints. Well kept most of the time. I get lost and decided to venture into the all gender bathrooms. Now, guys, before we get started, I want to make sure everybody knows I don't give 2 fucks what gender you are, okay? So I go into the all gender bathroom because Belle don't care. I don't give a shit. Wiener, vagina, doesn't fucking matter to me. I gotta pee. I go in there. Toilet seats are fucking broken and off their hinges and laying on the floor. There's fucking piss everywhere. I did see ball hair that you were speaking of. I want to tell you that the reason it isn't because it's gender fluid in that bathroom. It's because boys are in that bathroom and you guys are fucking disgusting. So, while I don't mind sharing a bathroom with any gender, even if you have no gender, I don't give a shit. But I'm telling you, like, guys, this shit was like old school gas station from like a horror movie where like legit the
Like
toilet seats, it was like broken off, but it was like hanging creepily, right? The toilet seat, and there's piss everywhere. Like, how are you guys helicoptering? Explain it to me. I'm confused. But I can tell you that it's only because the boys were sharing the bathroom because it was an all-gender bathroom. It isn't because whatever genders are gendering in there are gross. It's because boys are fucking disgusting. Just throwing that out there. And if you...
Women are just as bad.
If you identify as a boy... Well, you're part of the problem, too, because if you're going to identify as a boy or you're going to be a boy, you got to learn how to fucking pee in the goddamn toilet.
Hey, women are... Women are just as bad too.
Oh, listen, I've been places, and most of you know the places I've been, mostly because people announce it on Facebook like it's the thing to do. Not like I've ever hid my past anyway, but I've been places, and those places, females are fucking gross. Don't get me wrong. You put humans in a cage and they act like animals because it is the nature. However, I texted to you and was like, this is fucking gross. Like, I didn't even hover. I stood up. I had to pee standing up. Not lying. Because hovering, I was terrified that I was going to lose my balance and like a part of my skin was going to hit the toilet. Like, I was fucking terrified.
So how does that work? Do you just have to do like the whole little like?
So if you have really
you're not gonna take your pants off. That would be weird.
No, you're enough to where you could go over the bowl. But if you're really, really good, you get it all in one shot because it's pressure. So.
I'm just trying to.
I know a few things.
The physics and logistics.
In college, somebody dared me that I had stated that women could pee standing up if we really wanted to, and somebody dared me that was not physically possible. I did prove that wrong at a college party.
Yeah, I saw that one thing as seen on TV too.
Yeah, it happens. And you just have to be like right out the gate, immediate pressure, and get it all out in one shot. If it dribbles, you're then part of the problem, because then you're one of the people pissing all over the place. But I just want to tell you that it is not. Never in my life will I ever do another all-gender bathroom, and it isn't because I'm bougie, guys. I share a bathroom with a dude, okay, and he's disgusting. I don't know that man knows how to pee inside the toilet. No offense, babe. If you're watching this, you already know you're gross. I don't gotta fucking tell you. Then he tells me, "Oh, the morning time, you're half asleep." Okay, well, I'm sorry. And I said, maybe you should sit on the toilet if you're that tired that you can't make it in the toilet. And then he's like, oh, then stuff touches the water and it's cold. Then I got a whole, like...
Wait a minute.
Lesson on manly parts touching water. I don't fucking know.
How old is he? Because they don't start hanging until...
Listen, well, if you came here for any kind of professionalism, it is just not living here today.
Speaking of bathrooms, though, like... The one improvement that I do appreciate Blizzard doing is moving the stage where it's at now. Because where it was before at the Mythic stage, it took up the women's restrooms. So it pretty much opened up a lot of fucking... I think she's going to go piss.
No, I have to get my ice cream.
You look like you needed to piss.
No,
I still believe you're going to piss.
Like, it's really the first one back from... You know, so we're not, like, super... Hey, thanks for the sub! I see you're the man. I don't have my sound bites.
Honey, in my state of mind, you can't do that to me.
What? Oh, because I just get up randomly and just, like, disappear. And you're like, where'd she go?
I had questions. I had concerns. I was, like, about to call the Marines and shit.
Well, maybe not the Marines. Maybe a version... Guys, my scissors are missing.
Rip. What's your favorite thing about the expansion announcement?
Let's see. I think it's really hard to have a favorite. I'll tell you what my favorite is, and it wasn't an announcement. My favorite was watching the crowd and their reactions as it was happening. Because so much of what we do, even what I do in my very unprofessional, irrelevant state, hinges off blind faith and hit or miss with expansions, right? Where we have moments where we're probably not at our best, and feeling like I wasn't wrong for having that faith and for pushing forward and seeing that reflect on people's faces honestly was the best thing for me, because even when stuff is really bad, I know that Blizzard's going to make it better. It might not be right now. And sometimes, you know, the damage might be super done, and we can't get any of that back. I always know that they're going to fix it. They always do. It might not be when we want it, but when does God ever do anything you want when you want it, right? He gives you what you need, not what you want. That was honestly my favorite part. But the class identity thing was a big deal for me because it told me that they were listening. And I'm the same. Like, I'll play WoW, good or bad. Like, if it's a fucking raging dumpster fire, Warlords of Draenor. And I was so upbeat and positive throughout that entire expansion. I just wanted to die inside. Story-wise, it was good, but some of that stuff, man. But I am the same. Even when I fucking hate it, I will support it and I'll play it. But I did. I felt really good about that because it's how I felt when Legion was announced. And I had, told people it's going to be fine. Like, we just have to make it. Blizzard's going to make everything better. Like, they're going to improve from Warlords of Draenor. And it wasn't wrong. Now, seeing I saw Ian in a different state. He seemed a lot more relaxed. What is it? What did I miss? Wait.
God damn it.
Well, so Warfronts. Here's the problem with systems like Warfronts. It's the same with Island Expeditions. The concept was super great, and it was killer, and they were adding new Warfronts as we were going, which made it really good. But the problem is that with any system that's built like that, like Island Expeditions, if they're not offering consistent rewards that give you a purpose outside of, like, once you do them once, it's great for first time and then gearing alts, but that's why those things always fall flat towards the midlife cycle of an expansion, is because there isn't a lot of reasons to do them. The only reason to do the Island Expeditions outside of Azerite, which 3 months in you didn't even really need because you were getting it other places, was the transmog stuff. Then everybody cried and complained because I can't do the stuff, I need you to fix it, Dirk, Dirk, Dirk. They made changes that made it pointless for me to do them. Period. Solid concept, though. Great idea. The problem isn't the systems. The problem is keeping the systems relevant. Which, it took them how long to figure out the mythic stuff, or the dungeons? They found a way to keep dungeons relevant.
Though, I sort of disagree with a bit of that. Like, they had
Island
a system.
Expeditions?
Well, no, I don't. But they had something like that in place, and they realize it now that, like, we should have kept the system, the legendary system back in Pandaria. Oh, look at you, mayonesa mexicana.
It's like the fourth one I've eaten. I'm obsessed. Anyway, go ahead.
Wait, is that ice cream?
Yeah, it's basically like the chamoy and mango pulp and chili all frozen.
I thought I read mayonnaise for whatever reason. Wait, what the fuck? Anyways, the legendary
Not
system.
elote, no. Anyway.
God damn it. Back in Pandaland, there was shit you could do to, like, get resources for your legendary. You needed to do raids.
True.
You needed to do dungeons. They could make expeditions. They could incorporate that system in the Shadowlands. Warfronts, same thing, but not to get gear that you may or may not need at this point, or a set amount of Azerite resources towards your legendary. That'll keep that
Maths, right? Like anything.
Yeah, it'll keep it relevant. Make it worth it. And that's exactly what it will. This legendary system will probably fix that, but it has a codependency. That's the only way it's going to survive.
Last year I told Holinka, if he goes back to Miss Pandaria, go look at the archives of the Miss Pandaria forums. Look at the archives of the community, what the community was doing, what the vibe of the community was, what PvP looked like, what people, like, go back and pull that, because that's what you guys need to tap into. Because if I had to give you a perfect expansion where 99% of the stars were aligned for systems and balance, it would be Miss Pandaria. And I think most people would agree. Though everybody's going to be like, Lich King, Dirk, Dirk, Dirk. Well, yeah, you're probably right. However, from a balance perspective and from a functioning systems that felt good and rewarding, Miss Pandaria had, to me, pretty much all the elements that you could possibly hope for. So then when we got thrown into Warlords of Draenor, it was a little weird because, like, I was awesome at everything. And then Warlords of Draenor happened. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean I suck at this? But I had told them, like, tap into it. And when I spoke to Holinka, so I find that man every year. And every year he remembers me. I don't know why. And, like, we were talking about stuff. And I think he missed it and didn't know he missed it. I think he needed to be away to come back to know that he super missed it. I told him that Ashran wasn't all terrible. In the beginning, it wasn't. In the beginning, I thought Ashran was really special. Well, special ed. Now, my favorite part of the, like, stuff that we got to, you know, to be told was happening was all the guild stuff. Oh, wait, just kidding. None of that happened. Nothing. Not even a fucking mention. Now, I want to be really mad. And I want to send hate mail, and I want to be like, the fuck? But they also didn't talk about a lot of PvP. And as I've told everyone the past 4 or 5 years, whenever they specifically don't mention a subject matter that people expect it to be mentioned, it's for a reason. So I expect those two elements for us to get things, stuff, junk, good things. Maybe?
Hopefully.
I suppose they don't want to throw all their eggs in one basket, right? Like, they have to give people a reason to continuously be hyped for stuff. So maybe some of those things they're still deciding, and they're still iterating, and they're still surrounding the water cooler and seeing what's good. But I need to see some relevancy with guilds, and I need you to quit treating guilds like we're second-class citizens, and we're afraid. I asked a few of them, what is the fucking problem? I don't understand. They're like, well, people said it felt bad that we were forcing them to be in a guild. If I want a mythic raid, I have to mythic raid. I need mythic raid gear. You're forcing me. How dare you force me to have good gear to mythic raid? You're a terrible company. The fuck, man? Some things you should have to be in a guild for, and I don't feel bad saying it, guys. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed.
Speaking of Mythic, you said I could do whatever I want.
What do you mean?
No, just...
I mean, you could build a mythic team. You can't take the only raid we have and make it mythic, but you could have a second team that's mythic. I don't give a shit. I won't be on it, obviously, because that's not going to help you any.
So Thursdays, y'all.
Yeah, so I'm not going to help you at all with mythic. But
again, Thursdays.
Now let's talk about what Blizzard did really well.
Not security.
You know, overall though, like, even Portal Pass aside, I was playing WoW up until the show started. That's why we were late, because I was trying to be really efficient with my time, and I was not efficient.
She got her event mount, like, literally on the dot.
And I'm gonna
like,
level.
Time for show. And she's like yelling at my ass. Make sure you're online. I'm like, already here.
Did you delete me on B-Tag? You know, some people delete me. I don't delete anybody ever. I never delete anyone on my battle tag.
I can think of a few people.
I've never actually physically deleted anyone from my battle tag. Okay, one person. But she's a female. So if I am not on someone's battle tag, even if we're fucking or fighting, if I'm not on someone's battle tag, it's because they remove me. Like Travis, who's watching, remove me from battle tag. Guys, removing me from your battle tag doesn't hurt my feelings, man. Doesn't hurt my feelings. You want to know why? Because you were invisible most of the time anyway, because you hid yourself on Battle.net. It's like, it's the same with Facebook. I'm going to delete and block you to really show you. Guys.
Holy shit, I didn't even think you were...
But you can't delete and block me from one thing and stalk me on another, because that means you still care. He's like, girl, let me tell you. You don't have to delete me. We could be friends on Battle.net. We could be friends on Battle.net and foes in real life. That is the beauty of being a gamer.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take this opportunity since he's actually watching for fucking once.
Who?
Alex. Congratulations, buddy. He just bought a house.
No, condolences, bud.
He's
Call me
single
when your
and he has
pipes
his own fucking house.
Call me when your pipes
This guy's
burst.
living the fucking dream. He's
No, he's
single
living
and has a house.
He's living a sucker's
Single.
dream. Sucker.
Love you.
Didn't you just replace your windows and your air conditioner?
And I'm gonna do the vinyl siding now too. But you know what? I own it, bitch. I own that, girl.
Well,
Cheers.
I mean, it is a good thing, and I congratulate you for buying a house. I'm sure it'll be great for your taxes. I personally have no intention of being a homeowner anytime soon. I like to call my landlord and have him fix stuff. It's great. And I don't have to pay for it. And if I want to make changes to the house, guess what? I do it. It doesn't matter. And I can pick up and move, and I don't have to sell my house. I can go anywhere I want in the world. Though I choose to continue to live in jackass Arizona.
Fucking Arizona. You should just move to Colorado.
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me.
Just do it. You know, I'll babysit your husband.
He could just live with you.
All right, live it. If Pugsy's already on the pug bed, he's got to sleep on the fucking floor.
I can't imagine you're going to make my husband sleep on the floor.
I had to make Lena sleep on the floor. Oh, I would.
Which one? Because in this crowd, you got to be a lot more specific. There's several of those running around. A few of them in Colorado, even. Oh, a few of them on West Coast, really.
But in Arizona.
Oh.
Oh, Lena tells me. You don't think I don't get on this scandalous shit? I'm like, this shit's hilarious until it comes to my doorstep.
And then they randomly show up at BlizzCon and you're like, the fuck, I thought you were dead. Anyway. But, guys, here's what I've learned this year. If you and I fought and I hated you, I might still hate you, but we could still be friends. You want to know why? Because Envy and I are learning as we go that life is short. And sometimes you just gotta fucking have a shot and pray to God that you survive the car ride home.
With your daughter.
Right? God, she was the worst in the car. You know why? Because people always want the awesome separated, because it's what they do. I just want you to know that this ice cream is super hot, but it's so good. Like, totally worth not waiting. Just want to say. So to that end, Blizzard did a lot of things really well. And overall, all of the announcements, I think, were... I think they were on point. I think they were... I played Overwatch 2, the PvE portion of it. I know some of you are like, whoa, what are you saying to me right now? I got to be really honest. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I was really bad. I had to be Reinhardt. I don't know what to fucking do as a tank. And like...
friends don't let friends play Reinhardt.
Well, what happened is like everybody chose because they forced you in these groups and like... Everybody chose and I wanted to not play the tank, but that's what happened. I own that shit. I'm fabulous. I know what to do with this fucking shield.
Ooh, girl.
But, you know, I normally follow the tank around, so it was really weird. Everybody was following me around. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just going to throw the...
You're the fucking tank.
Right, yeah,
That's
like,
why
I'm just
they're
going
following you.
to... I'm going to throw the hammer, and I'm just going to throw the shield, and we're just going to do stuff. I enjoyed...
It's basically you and WoW, actually.
I enjoyed the...
Oh, I'm not a fat ass that.
I liked fighting the NPCs instead of fighting people. Overwatch and fighting other players, it is just not a good mindset for me, guys. Like, that's why I don't FPS. I fucking hate people that play Call of Duty.
No, part of me and Alex were having this discussion. Like, I'm willing to bet that's why Bungie left.
Okay, let me rephrase.
Broke off.
I hate people while I'm playing Call of Duty. I don't play very often, but even my husband, he never sounds like he's having a good time. In Overwatch
fucking
either.
lag.
Like, literally, he never
Fucking
sounds like he's
bullshit.
having fun ever. It's like the worst experience of his life, but yet he loves it, and I don't understand that life.
There's an actual meme describing both of you.
But the PvE stuff was really fun. It was enjoyable
It's Destiny.
to go through the to go through the story. I like a lot of Overwatch's background story. And I had a good time. Maybe it's because I was playing with Tio and the other people were strangers, but I was playing with a friend and it was fun. I'll probably play it. I know that's weird for you guys to hear that. Not the PvE stuff, or not the PvP stuff. But the PvE.
Honestly, it's fun. Like, I didn't actually play Overwatch 2, but the concept reminds me of, and it's just like a two-player game. Might be different in 5, but I'm going to use Gears of War as an example. I used to play with a friend a lot. And that was fun, it's just you against the CPU, and you're playing that on fucking hard mode and shit.
Listen.
It's like, you feel accomplished doing this shit. That's what it is. It's like the Bleeding Raids or Bleeding Raids.
You should know that before my husband and I got married, and really before we were officially dating, back when I was just labeled his friend, do you know how many hours I spent sitting in his fucking apartment watching him and his roommate play Gears of War? Wave after wave after fucking wave, man. And these are the things that you do when you are trying to lock it down. As a woman, when you are just trying to lock it down, you put up with shit like this.
You watch. You're a Lord of the Rings fan. When it comes to video games, you have no power over you.
Literally have no power. But see, it wasn't like I didn't like games. Gears of War, I liked watching other people play it. It was really stressful when I played it, but they seemed to enjoy it. I liked the story. Believe it or not, it does have a story, for those of you who don't know.
I mean, sort of an
I'm impressed with graphics. So, over the course of the next few months, as we're going into the holiday stuff, I would not say that we are going to be our most professional in terms of show stuff, just because it's holiday stuff. Envy's doing things, and we got to make sure he stays as happy and healthy as possible. And I'm doing what I call my ramp up hibernation, which I basically pull apart the last year of whatever garbage I've been putting on the internet to make it better and improve. And I think I'm finally done being average. I don't know what this means for 2020, but I know that given the direction of things I'm doing with Method and swapping focus there, I'm excited about doing stuff again. And I don't necessarily say I want to do videos, but we're going to be doing things. I'm always going to be here. I don't have a life. This is it. But I think I'm going to add to that bucket of things that I do in a fun way. Things that are fun for me. And we'll probably get back to having guests on, maybe. We'll see kind of how that plays out over 2020. But I personally, I don't have any really complaints about, outside of all gender bathrooms and
No. The funniest thing about the Portal Pass is, and Alex will back me up here, it was kind of lacking. It looked really plain, like half-assed posters of Tracer here and there. But evidently, Alex, had a moment where, I'm watching MDI. It's Method EU versus Method NA, and this shit's intense. And I'm all about MDI. Someday I'll compete for it. I won't win by any means, but we'll compete.
Can't win if you don't show up, and really they hit the easy button. You just have to do it. Right.
So, I'm watching MDI, and he's like, I need a drink. You want one? I'm like, yeah, sure. He takes off. I'm on the far right side of the lounge. For those of you who've been in the lounge, I'm on the far right. He walks all the way to the left side. He's gone for fucking 20 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? He's not at the bar, because there's a bar 3 feet away to our right. He comes back. He's like, enjoy your drink, fucker. All right. I take a sip, nothing. And then he's telling me the story about why it took so long. They ran out of a bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever. And I take another drink, and it's another sip. I'm just because I just took a fucking a fucking straw's worth of fucking hard Jack Daniels to the fucking throat. Giggity.
It's not like
And
you're
I'm
not
like,
used to that. You act like it's your fucking prom night.
well, some of us are still saving ourselves. But
The pug.
don't you can talk shit on me. Leave my pug out of this.
My pug's a nice lady.
It was like, it was a cup this big with this much Jack Daniels and this much Coke. And it's like, holy fuck. Even the security guards were having a fucking, not the security guards, sorry, the vendors, the food and drink vendors. They were having a fucking fun time at BlizzCon because evidently this 60-year-old woman made my fucking Jack and Coke with half Jack, half Coke, while on maybe 30 milligrams of a strain called Trainwreck. That was the only benefit of that fucking portal pass.
Hold the train wreck.
Mm.
Your dog has a Facebook.
I don't want to talk about it.
Please tell me you're not those people.
You know what? How can you say no to Pugsley? How can you say no to Pugsley? Have you seen Pugsley? Yes, you have. He's not here, actually, but yes, you have.
I just needed it to sink in for everyone listening. Listen. Oh no. You're the one that did it, Envy? Oh, you should be embarrassed.
I was.
Listen, if I ever get a phone call from your wife telling me that she just snapped a picture of you and Pugsley taking a fucking bubble bath, we are going to have a problem.
She asked me for the password.
Dogs don't Facebook, guys. Cats don't Facebook.
Evidently, they do.
Children don't Facebook.
Hashtag Epstein. Never mind.
I can't believe you are one of those people. Of all the things, I didn't expect to hear that. I'm going to be really honest. Like, you're the guy that makes fun of those people.
You got to make fun of yourself sometimes.
It's because you love your pug, that's why. It's because... Please, Alex, don't tell me your dog or your animal has a fucking Facebook and you're hot tubbing it up with your pug, too, because...
This dude don't even have a dog.
Oh.
This dude, fucking... he'll kill goldfish.
Yeah.
He'll drown. Alex will be the type of guy that will drown a goldfish.
Yeah. I don't really... I like our dogs because I have to. I like Vic. I love Vic. I don't actually like animals of any kind because they're gross. Be right back, fish on fire. Pour a little hot sauce in the fishbowl. You'll be all right. Your pug, man. Your pug.
He's not here right now. I'm
you
sorry.
know, I gotta be honest, though. I do love the pug pictures in general just because, like, the pugs don't even know they're being funny or ironic or...
Dude, they have no idea. That's
it's
why
just
so
like their
hilarious.
face, right? And he just like...
Like Dirk, you have no fucking clue.
And they're just fucking living the fucking life.
I know these little assholes don't pay rent. They fucking
No,
get
they're like
fed for free.
kids.
Yeah, my wife wants one of those. You know, if I get my wife pregnant, that's like the Antichrist being born. You don't
That's
want
true.
that.
But
I'm doing you all a favor.
I feel like, though, like, you'd be one of those dudes that, like, everybody expects, like, your kid's gonna be hanging upside down from the ceiling or some shit. But I feel like you'd be like my brother, where, like, my brother's actually a really good dad, and I was very afraid for Dominic to have children. And I tried to get them to not have the baby when she told me she was pregnant.
It's so fucking...
I know. I even offered to pay for it, guys. I'm pro-choice. There's no political views here on this show, right? So we can't judge me. I don't want any fucking posts on Twitter about how I'm fucking the devil. But
No political post here. I stand with Randy Marsh.
I don't know who that is.
Integrity.
I don't know who that is. I don't political. I do political. I keep political out of my video games. But yeah, I feel like you would be like the super dad. Maybe.
But like, we should like block off this area for this kid. He'll figure it out. It's like fucking stairs and shit.
Like, I feel like we could test that theory. You and the wife can come babysit all of my children for like 3 days. Let's see how you do.
Well, that's a different story because those are like white people's kids.
And to be honest, my kids are pretty great. Like,
yeah, but those are like white people's kids. And if the cops show up like a bunch of like dead kids and a Mexican answers the door, that's an open and closed case, girl.
Our last name is I almost said it on the internet. Our last name is Hispanic in origin.
Oh, they'll actually think you're actual Spaniards.
Why? My mail, when I get mail, it comes in Spanish, and I'm like, really, guys? Really?
Spaniards are a different type of Spanish.
Well, I habla some Espanol, but not a lot of it.
Orale.
So, guys, as we approach, we're gonna end the show because I think my husband's clawing at the door. Remember, we're bi-weekly now. I think as we get closer to...
Said bye.
As we get closer, to and stuff's in probably next year, we'll probably go back. I might go back to weekly. Just depends on what life looks like. He plays all kinds of crap. Like, I think I've successfully stopped my husband from playing console in general. He swapped all of his stuff to PC. Because, yeah. But, so guys, next show we are going to actually talk about World of Warcraft stuff. Where we'll go through what we know, potential possibilities. We have some store stuff that we need to, some story stuff that we need to do some theory crafting on.
Store. That was another fucked up thing about BlizzCon.
I never buy anything at BlizzCon. There's a reason I don't do that blink shit. There is a reason.
No, well, it wasn't a problem until this year. So, I'm sure a lot of you heard, people, anything you buy in the Blink store is technically guaranteed. A lot of people showed up in line, they stood up in line, they waited their queue, they get to the front, like, we don't have your shit, so it's getting refunded. And there was no management around. This is like the first year that's ever happened, and it's like...
Is it because Fanatics?
Probably. And it's...
I mean, they're bad with...
really shitty.
They're bad with sports gear. Why did they think if they would... I don't know.
Lols. It's shitty. You're gonna leave bad experience in some people's faces rather. Whew, I am drunk. And I digress. I know it was overall was like a really, really awesome BlizzCon. So many announcements, so much. Oh my god, oh my god, as Taki would say. But there was a lot of great announced, and we were due for an epic BlizzCon. Sans the closing ceremony. Oh,
and fucking bands that only 12-year-olds that fucking are hipsters with no deodorant and millennials listen to. No offense if you're any of those people.
I am a millennial, but fuck you. Anyways.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know you were a millennial because you don't act like one.
Because I'm like... I got nothing. This was an awesome BlizzCon, but there are obvious improvements that Blizzard can do. Some very obvious improvements. Customer service overall was mediocre at best. And what do you do with your Portal Pass? Make it worth it. This is the difference between buying retail Warcraft and Collector's Edition Warcraft.
Live.
I got fucking nothing.
Live.
Alright, fine. Live and Classic. You get your quality of life improvements in live, and you got your. Where the fuck do I go? The map isn't telling me where to fucking go. We told you, fuckers. We told you.
Oh, when I went to Hall D and didn't know it was upstairs and was like over in the fucking. I ended up in the Overwatch fucking dome and shit and was like, whoa. On the D4 thing.
That was so awesome. Oh, the Mythic stage. Mythic stage viewers, how did you enjoy the Diablo 4 announcement, Alex?
Here's the thing. I don't really care about.
I'm sorry, Scrub.
I don't really care about Diablo in general. I don't not care about it. I'm just, I played it and, I enjoyed the cinematic was awesome. I'm not going to lie.
It was beautiful.
And I'll play it because that's what I do. To me, it feels like if the community's happy, then I'm happy. I don't really have an opinion. I played the demo. It was awesome. I also played the phone demo. Immortal's awesome.
the only person, probably.
Like, I thought it was great. I know we're all hating. I just want to... And here's how we're going to close this episode out. Trust me, the following episode, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. This is only the beginning. I have so much things. We are going to talk about 8.3 stuff too, in terms of being able to unlock Volpera, Mecha Gnomes, the things that we're going to be diving into in 8.3 and what stage that is setting us for with the expansions. Like, Belle got a little bit of herself back in terms of things that I want to talk about on the show and the deep dive stuff. But I had a point and I lost it. What was I going to say? Shit.
You're asking me? In my state of mind?
Oh. So I peeped the quarterly call, the end of the quarter call with Activision Blizzard. I just want to direct your guys' attention to check that out in your own time. Go over to Wowhead, which they have it. I'm sure all the other Blizzard News websites have it as well. I want to direct your attention to a little company that Activision purchased called King. And this little company that Activision purchased, which Candy Crush, there's a few other IPs that maybe some of you didn't know are under that umbrella, but it's like 374 fucking million versus the 34, I think, and the 36 Call of Duty and fuck, I don't even know. Anyway. 374 million for a fucking mobile game. 374 million. So why is Blizzard on the mobile phone train? 374 million reasons why.
And let's face it. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the fucking room. Let's face it. The Chinese market is a huge mobile market.
That is racist.
The Chinese
Hong Kong will not
market
stand for this. I just got like 5 unfollows on Twitter right now, and I love it. I can't wait.
Mobile market. Diablo Mobile is specifically for them. I'm gonna download it. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna play it while I'm in the potty, guys.
Goddamn right, and I got plenty of that at work. Never mind my boss in the room. I'm gonna download it, but that's a lot of money.
They'd be stupid.
Talking about people's livelihoods. And yeah, they'd be stupid not to like. You know, whatever you do as an individual, but I'm not going to say yay or no, nay.
And if you don't have to play it, you don't want to. But don't hate, because they are. I will play whatever Blizzard gives me to play, because I will always support their shit. Even, I have Overwatch on my computer, I don't even fucking play that shit. I have StarCraft on my computer, I don't even fucking play that shit. I do that because that's how I support a company that makes a game that I do support. And that is what matters. But I'm telling you, I can't wait to fucking play some Diablo Immortal while I'm taking a dump. And maybe that's not ladylike that I say that. Guys, it's Saturday. I didn't even shower today. I'm not ladylike today.
We can tell.
I had the grandbaby last night and she's teething and it was just...
This is the same woman that we were We were in heroic BOD. We were on. I don't remember the name of the fucking boss, but it's the gold boss. You know, you got to split the raid in half. Yada yada. Go.
Hey, I did go. Okay, the rooms
No,
were kind of fucked up.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna. That's not what I was gonna mention.
Opulence, yeah.
Settle down. Opulence. Thank you. So we're in opulence, and we got about. You know, the fight is about if you're good and your DPS is high enough, which it was. You can do that fight in about like 4.5, 5 minutes, or faster. And our flask, we had our flask. We were admittedly failing on the first boss, which was mind-boggling to me. But you know, every once in a while the fail hits, and
I mean, we kill bosses and wipe on trash.
that happens too. Thank you, Beat. But you know, we spent so much time on the first couple bosses that was unnecessary. That we get to opulence and we have about 6.5 minutes left on our flask. And so I'm just like doing the ready check. Everybody hits ready, and here comes Belle. Even though she said hit ready, she's like, "Hold on, guys, I gotta poop." Oh, fuck. You know, we got 6.5 minutes
It
left on our
came out
fucking
of
flask.
nowhere, guys. You know what happens when it hits you and you get that feeling and you just know that if you hold it, it's gonna be bad.
She's like, "I gotta poop." Oh, fuck, guys. I might as well call a fucking break. We better get a fucking cauldron out after this. No. We can still pull the boss and not have to pull a cauldron right away. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? 2 minutes. She takes off. I'm like, all right, guys. All right, well, I'm about to call break, so be back in like 2.5. I'm back. What the fuck? That was like 45 seconds.
And I washed my hands, just so we're clear. And that was 2 flushes.
This woman went to the bathroom in 45 seconds and came back. I was like, what the fuck?
Listen. I've been to
She's serious.
I've been to very dark places. And these dark places that you go to, you know that you have approximately 60 seconds before whoever you share a room with comes back in for you to handle your business with some fucking peace and quiet and privacy. So, you have to learn to be able to do things very quickly if you want to do them alone without somebody staring at you. So yes, I am a very... Now, there are times when I linger, you know, when I'm just dicking around when I'm in the bathroom for like 45 minutes. My husband's like, "Are you on YouTube?" No, I'm...
Do you feel your legs?
Yeah, like I'm probably playing a phone game. It's just because sometimes the bathroom's the only place for peace. But yeah, and I do all the normal things. I wipe appropriately and I wash my hands and I did. He didn't have any faith that I was fast.
No, I didn't question you. I just didn't think you were going to do it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you mind boggled me. I had to ask for the fucking cauldron anyway because I was like, yeah. She means business.
Yeah, if I'm just in there messing around, it's because I choose, not because I need to. But I'll tell my husband that because sometimes I play it up so he leaves me alone. I'm like, oh, it's just a real struggle. I did my business a long time ago and I was just sitting in there because I wanted some peace and quiet.
So when are you going to move to Colorado?
I know, my husband wants to move. I don't want to live in a place with a high cost of living.
It's fucking super cheap here.
Is it cheaper than here?
I don't know. You live in fucking...
I know that you guys pay 4 times as much for less than what I pay for my stuff.
It's in Maryland. Other than delicious lobster.
I was just going to say, I feel like that's probably where I want to be. Like, I need to be by where the seafood is. And who doesn't like crabs?
I mean, they
who hasn't had crabs? Envy, come on.
Don't judge me, Monkey.
Oh my god!
Oh,
all the old friends are here. It's almost like nobody ever abandoned me this year. Fuck all of you.
No, I like how this is all about you, but not about Dre.
Well, can I tell people, or are we keeping it on the low?
I don't give a fuck. I told everybody last show.
I think we might have already told on you, my
What?
dude.
No,
So, secret for I don't know if I said this, but it's no secret that Secret has not been here, and Secret ditched us for BlizzCon, and I was super salty and mad about it. But Secret had a baby. Congratulations.
oh, I thought you were asking me, Lols. Yeah, congrats, dude. I just fucking found out. We had no fucking clue, bro.
Yeah. He's a dad now. It's scary. It's scary to think like, well, because, guys, he's my very good friend. And like, we don't have to talk every day for him to be friends with me. We don't, that's just not the relationship we need to have. But when my dude was standing outside his house, having a crisis situation, this is pre-baby. Like, I'm the one they call because that's my dude. I was a little salty that I didn't know that he was having a baby until after the baby was like 2 months. I was like, what do you mean? What are you saying to me right now? It hurt my feelings because I feel like friends shared those things. But then I just am like, you know, some people got to have stuff that's private. And you got to let them have that. You got to, as I get older, I'm being more accepting, I think. But he is a dad now of an adorable baby. It's because she doesn't look like him, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah. What's the reason? Like, live on the air, I want to know the reason. If it's some Jerry Springer type shit, just want you to know you could have told me. I would have helped you through it.
He's from LA. It probably is.
Oh, yeah. You told me. Well, here's the thing. Those are parts of life, and you'd be surprised the statistics on women who have them.
God damn it, Bill.
What'd I do?
You brought up negative shit, man. I feel bad.
No, it's good things. These are good things because I always tell
glad you
people
had
I've been through
I'm glad
it.
you had a baby, but it's also sad that
I've been through it, and it's a terrible thing for a woman to go through, and the man goes through a little bit of it too. Though I think it's a little different from the woman, but nature has a way of cleaning house for you, and sometimes you have to see the blessing in the tragedies. So the good news is it made room for what is your blessing, which is good. There's always a blessing in the tragedy. You just have to find it sometimes. Not so easy on the inside, but you know, those things are good. I know. Somebody asked me at BlizzCon if I would do a second podcast that was like a parenting gaming podcast. And I'm like, listen, I already give really bad life advice on the show. I give really bad game advice. You don't really want my parenting tips, guys. It's not
that would
my
just
best.
be a you thing, right? Not me?
Yeah, no, they were just like do
Thank
a parenting where you're like learning where you're gaming and raising kids and, you know, the realities of doing such things. Because, guys, being a parent isn't fun. I don't know who the fuck said it was fun. It isn't great. It's none of those things.
I hope my wife is listening.
It is very few victories. But the very few victories do make up for... It doesn't. At all. It doesn't. And girls are the worst. I even said to Secret my condolences. Like, fucking your life is over, bro. You might as well just... I have it times 2. So, you got 1. Just take that and run. But life's good, man. It moves you in a positive direction. And us being able to game is part of life flowing in that direction. And that's part of the reason why I think we play games like World of Warcraft, because we get to live these lives with each other. And before I sound like super like weird and like all touchy-feely, it's those things that are the reason I still hang around when I probably shouldn't, right? Like I feel like sometimes I'm like that ex-girlfriend that doesn't know how to say goodbye. But I like to be connected. Yes, we do have a week in WoW. And in fact, I had a fantastic week in WoW because I did all kinds of shit. And as soon as we're done with the show, which I've been trying to wrap this bitch up because I have leveling to do. But I did the anniversary event. Oh, you got a key?
By the way, what are you gonna do?
Level. And nothing else specifically. Oh, keys like multiple? Is it keys that I'm capable of doing, or are these fancy pants keys?
I mean, if you actually fucking listen to me.
Hey,
once.
we did. I did keys, guys. I did keys this week. When did I do them?
She plus 1 to 10.
Did I do a 10?
Yeah.
Oh, we did an 11 too, didn't we?
Yeah, we plus 1 to 10. It was,
Did my anniversary event? Oh, I have to do the PvP portion of it. So for those of you who don't know, when you're doing your anniversary event stuff, you'll auto get the quest when you open your celebration package. Also, something to note, open your celebration package on all of your alts, because those will turn into time warped badge tokens that you can use, even though the buff itself is account bound. So make sure you open your package and don't just idly throw it away, because you'll want the time warped tokens. So you're going to auto get the quest. That quest is going to take you to the Caverns of Time, which you'll get the quest from Chromie, and you're going to pick up 2 quests. The first quest is for the going back in time and reliving Northrends, Outland, and Cataclysm. I did them in the order in which they showed up on the list. I felt like it was a good thing because we knocked out 2 of them in 30 minutes, and then the last one took like forever. Then there is a 500 honor PvP one that gives you a second mount, which I believe it's a ram. I haven't actually looked at the mount itself, but you do get the Deathwing mount and there's nothing, you're not going to get it by doing a thing. They send it to you in the mail when you complete the Chromie portion of it, and then the same thing with the PvP. Also, don't forget, if you are leveling alts, take your ass into Altaric Valley. You'll get 4 or 5 levels in one
like Ginger
AV. So go and do the things, because it's a good time to bring your alts through this expansion. Which, before I forget, you should do. Every expansion you should bring all of your alts through, because then you have options when the new expansion is live, or even for pre-expansion content, and you have stuff to do.
But more importantly, if you just came back to the game, make sure you get the Dark Moon hat. It's the hat, right? Top
Yeah,
hat?
you want to get a few of them, because the top hat, like the buff itself, it does not persist through death. So if you have a tendency to overpull.
That Chic on a motorcycle game. Oh yeah. What's the name of that show?
Mayans? The spin-off of
Is it?
Sons of Anarchy, Mayans.
I mean, they still need
That
to
awkward
watch it.
moment when they fire the creator of Mayans because he's not Mexican enough. Rip, Kurt Sutter.
Actually, he did something fucking stupid, but whatever. Everybody fucking does something fucking stupid.
I don't even
me.
know. Well, I mean...
Jeff Goldblum got canceled.
What?
Fucking Apple Plus. I didn't even fucking know what Apple Plus was until they fucking said Jeff Goldblum got canceled. Like, what the fuck?
I wouldn't subscribe to an Apple Plus. I don't know that.
I got a free year now, so whatever.
I,
But yeah, get your top hat, use your token, get your rep,
Yep.
get your flying. Flying is a fucking quality of life improvement.
True. And if you don't have them for past expansions, what are you doing?
Even Bell has them.
You have nothing better to do at this point in the game. We're waiting on 8.3, which you guys know we're not going to see that till January. I believe January 7th, though that isn't the official word. But the anniversary event is exactly 2 months from the day it was launched, so I'm thinking January 7th is probably the money ticket. If that's a Tuesday, I need to look. But, yeah, this week I just focused on stuff that I needed to get done on my to-do list, and now it's going to be focused on my leveling my alts. I still have alts I didn't pull through through Legion because this world. Go get your guys' mounts for your classes too. If you haven't done that, you're an expansion behind, but there's no better time to go and get that done than now. But go into AV because you need to take advantage of that leveling. And if you guys are still trying to get your flying, hear me out. Put yourself in war mode while you're doing reputation stuff so that you get the added bonus. Plus you have the celebration package bonus. Plus you have the Dark Moon Fair bonus until Dark Moon Fair is over. That is additional rep. That's like 90% rep if you do it right. You could probably have your flying in 2 days. Just throwing that out there. We need more people in war mode, especially if you are Alliance and you are in my battle group. Can you not be the one guy that is... There's only one guy on Alliance side that's fucking fighting the good fight in Nazjatar and Mechagon, everyone else is not in war mode because they're fucking wussies. If you're a part of the problem, guys, I don't feel bad. You can unfollow me. You can fucking shit on my carpet. I don't care.
What if I don't unfollow you? Just stay.
Just be like lay like broccoli.
You know, I don't ever fucking war mode. Why?
You're a liar. You do war mode.
Just to fucking.
Well, we
help
gotta
your
do
dumb
this.
ass.
We gotta do this PvP stuff. So I'm gonna need you to get at it. Please don't shit on the. Yeah, please don't shit on the carpet because I really don't want to clean it. And
He's not even in the room, Pugsy. I don't fucking.
For the record, at any age, adulting, not adults, shitting on the carpet just is not okay. Just want to put that out there as a general. This is not relative to anything. I just don't shit on the carpet. So,
Like Pugsy.
go do your event. When we come back, we're going to talk about all the things that we need to talk about. But I'm excited because I see all my friends in chat that I haven't seen. And it feels so good because this is what new expansions do. They bring all my friends back.
Friends?
Yeah, he likes the life. Yeah. Yeah, he's about that life. But I don't know if I have friends. I feel like I used to. Now, I think I just have people that put up with my shit. I don't know if that's what you call a friend, but...
Well, we didn't scare Nova away, so there's a plus.
I know, she still loves us, which is weird to me, because I would have ditched my ass in the bushes a long time ago.
Sounds really awesome, some guacamole.
That's what we need to do, Grin. We need to fix bridges. Motherfuckers over here with Sylvanas burning that shit down, and we're just trying to fucking...
I mean, Sylvanas did nothing wrong. Epstein didn't hang himself.
On that note, guys, I gotta get the fuck out of here. We've been on this for too long. Thanks for joining us for this very inappropriate and unprofessional episode. I promise you next episode will be probably the same. But we'll at least have
question mark?
Yeah, we'll have some content because I have a lot of stuff to talk about. But and if anybody's still actually listening, I deleted some dickbags comments on the YouTube and I don't feel bad about it. Don't blame me for your mommy issues.
Hashtag censorship.
Guys, we're going to get on out of here because we love you. And we have to, I think.
And I need a piss like a goddamn racehorse.
Yeah, Secret, if you could stop being a scrub and, you know, pretend you love us. I think you love us. People might love us. Somebody.
I think they just tolerate us.
My mom does.
She tolerates us?
So, you know, last night, my own Twitter told me I was relevant. And I was like, that's like my mom when she tells me I'm the best in the world. And I'm like, but you have to say that you're my mom. It's not valid.
Yes, I enjoy what you're saying.
Are you I can see through the bathroom. Guys, thank God you can't see this. Because I can't see anything either, but I can see stuff. Like, I see the door light. Thank God there isn't a wiener shop because I would sell that on the internet. I'm sorry, Lena, but I would because it probably wouldn't make us money, but we would get views. And that's all that matters is the clicks. You don't need conversions, you just need the clicks. I'm not saying I've done my research or anything. I'm just saying I know stuff. That's some of the stuff that I know.
Oh, Christ. I've been holding that in for a fucking hour and a half.
Can confirm he did wash his hands, just so you guys know. That's a very important thing. I know Rem had an issue while watching the show. His coworkers were not washing their hands. And just on a side note, for some life advice you haven't had from Belle in a while. If you are at your job and somebody, your coworker, comes out of the bathroom while you're in the bathroom and you don't see who it is, shoo watch and figure out what dirty motherfucker did not wash their hands, and you need to publicly call them out in your workplace.
All right, so since we're pretty much at an end, I want to share this last epic moment from BlizzCon.
Uh-oh.
I went to the bathroom to take a piss. I take said piss. I wash my hands. Another fucking asshole walks in and takes a piss. Takes his piss, walks out of the bathroom, does not wash his hands. I'm like, this motherfucker. I let it go. If I see him, I'm not going to bump into him, do any stupid shit. So I'm in line. Remember that line where I told you somebody was just like, I got a BlizzCon portal pass and they cut through?
Oh,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
secure line? Yeah, same line. I was so mad, I just, accepted it. I walked around and, I'm still in line. Same motherfucker that didn't wash his hands, didn't fucking wave down
Did he
the
touch your
security guard.
face?
No, 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 no. But thank God, I would have stabbed him in the throat with a chair.
A share?
Chair.
Oh.
A share would work too. But
Like, share
You
pre-plastic.
believe
I was gonna say, is it pre-plastic surgery or after?
I don't know. But yeah, said motherfucker.
That's weird that you said that because I was watching burlesque earlier. It's weird that Cher would be the anyway.
She's still beautiful for like 80.
I mean, she's still.
Plastic fixes anything. Said motherfucker who didn't wash his hands. He didn't wave down security or anything. He just cut through. You believe I was already fucking in a shitty fucking mood.
Can we just call out do we know who the person is? Because I'll call it out on the show. I don't give a
I
shit.
don't know, some fucking Troy Polamalu looking motherfucker. A short, fat Troy Polamalu.
Oh, he was rotund, round.
So this motherfucker cuts through, and I was already so fucking angry just from all the shitty experiences with like security and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like out loud, like that's a fucking douche mood or douche move. Sorry.
Did you say moo?
Well, mood actually, but considering what I saw, yeah, moo is also appropriate. I called him out like a motherfucker.
I'd have been like, and you didn't wash your hands, you little nasty ass.
I called him out hard. That fucking security kicking him out. It was glorious, and I did not regret one bit of it. I'm like, I totally cared, but you know what? Fuck this guy. People like that who ruin your experiences. You need to call these motherfuckers out because they're just the chads of the fucking BlizzCon. Sup, bro? Hey, do you mind if I cut in front of you, bro? Yeah, I do. Thanks, bro. But did you just hear what I just fucking said? Fuck those people. Don't allow that shit.
Listen, I want to tell you a secret.
Stab my motherfucking throat.
Hold on, I'm gonna put my battle tag in the chat. I don't know how to adult.
Do I have to do the same thing? Fine.
So, as we're ending, I want to tell you that if any one of you watching or listening ever wants to go to a bar and start a fight, I'm your girl. Let's go. Just call me up. I'm down to roll.
I mean, I've been trying to get drunk with you for the last couple fucking years. And
I told you I'll fly to your casa.
But I asked for your husband.
Wow! Guys, it's a good thing that my self-worth is not reliant on anyone. I make my own dreams happen. Next time, guys, I'm going to tell you on how to get your hotel rate cut in half.
Oh, just Karen Hart. I don't think I'll ever stay in that fucking hotel.
Oh, I won't ever again. And we're going to talk about that. Well, I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks on dealing with hotel fuckery. But, guys, we're going to get out of here. Hasta mañana.
Did you just profile me?
I think I just profiled myself. Guys, it's just going to get worse. I got to end it now.
Adios.
Bye.